Hello and welcome to Wake Up and Smell the Mic S&P 500 review for Friday, November 24th, 2023. It's now the 23rd. We start off in the S&P 500 daily chart in DeMark, looking back to end of October 2021. I'll zoom into the current area now. The S&P 500 daily chart has printed the combo and sequential buy setup 5 count. And to negate that for end of day on the 24th, there must be a close above 4079.09 for the price flip to the sell setup count 1. The relative retracement up 1 was qualified today. So for end of day tomorrow on the 24th, first there must be an open higher than this close on the 23rd, tick higher than this close on the 17th, which is the true high to this bar here, and then close for the end of day on the 24th above this close on the 23rd, and the relative retracement up 1 will be qualified and confirmed. And price in the aftermarket hours for the S&P 500 at 7:40 p.m. Central Time on the 23rd is 40.08. So getting that relative retracement up 1 qualified and confirmed is not off to a roaring start in the aftermarket hours. Let's see what happens tomorrow. The PCE data is available starting at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time for Friday morning. All of these are important and need beats to the downside, any surprises to the upside, and there is big trouble. And price is still below the baseline. The baseline is still below the conversion line, but the conversion line is creeping ever slowly towards the baseline. And price decides to go south tomorrow morning and get a close below this momentum down for propulsion 50%, and that will be qualified with a close below that. Keep going, get a close below the trend factor down 2, and that will be qualified. And then there's the TDST levels, major support. A close below that will qualify all 3 of the above levels, and that will be pretty big trouble with a close underneath the TDST line, as that would more than likely lead to the conversion line crossing under the baseline eventually. It's pretty close now, wouldn't take too much. I zoomed in and switched lines back on, and you could see that this demand line, ongoing demand line, was breached today but did not have a close under it. So for tomorrow, that level is at 3992.55, and a close below that level by end of day on the 24th will qualify that ongoing demand line. The CBOE total put call ratio chart shows the KST of the put call ratio headed straight up, even though price took a hook around and went up. So there's still fear out there in making people buy puts again. I think the 0-day option end of day out of the call or money or whatever it is has kind of burned itself out, and there were too many people on that side of the boat. So the KST is slowly making its way up to the 0 line here, but a bad PCE report tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern Time will make this skyrocket past 0 and head up to one of these lines here we'll start looking at. The US dollar daily chart shows there was a high of 104.73, so it's getting closer to that 105 level there, that horizontal line here. And the dollar diffusion indicator has been backing up. It was as high as 6.7 and kind of stalled there and backed up a little to negative 5.30, and just getting near that 105 area for the dollar gave gold the jitters. So there was a low of 169.08 today, and I will be monitoring gold in the pre-market hours before the PCE report at 7:30 Eastern Time. And if it's really bad, the report, and gold starts sinking, hopefully we can get enough time to jettison it. But the robots have their fingers on the trigger too, and nobody can beat them. So we might lose a little bit, but we'll jettison it if it really starts sinking. I've been thinking about giving it to the EMA 126, which is at 168.43 in black right there. So maybe give it a chance, and if it hits that and looks like it wants to keep going under, then that's it, or it's going to be a tough call. And if that does happen, where it goes below that, and possibly even the EMA 315 in brown, then everything will go. We won't lose that much here, and we still have a pretty good position from way down here, and I'll just jettison all gold. The S&P 500 support and resistance levels big board chart shows the gray areas at the weekly ongoing demand line, 40-10-31, the monthly 12 simple moving average, 50 EMA, 200 EMA, and to the downside is the daily ongoing demand line, the 50 simple moving average, the relative retracement up 1, and weekly conversion line, and to the upside is the weekly 65 EMA, R1, the daily baseline, pivot point. And both the S&P 500 daily AD line and NASDAQ 100 AD line are still under their 21 EMA signal lines. And the New York traditional McClellan breath oscillator to get back to zero would require 2,635 advancers over decliners to get back to zero. Have a great day.